Hello and welcome. I am Bhumika and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I work with amazing young learners just like you, and together we learn how to speak English confidently and creatively. So, whether you are helping your friends, giving directions, or teaching your little brother, you learn how to do it with confidence and with clarity. So, ready to become a good and a great communicator? So let's jump in. I'm going to start and share my screen, and we are going to learn something very interesting in our today's session. All right, I hope my screen is visible to you all. Hi, I'm Bhumika. As I said, I'm an English teacher. Let's get started something very interesting. So, I hope the picture is clearly visible to you, right? So, let's get started with the spoken English and communication skill. So, can you see that this picture is of ogre in the forest? It's an activity of story prediction, right? So, we are going to predict the story and we are going to predict it using this picture. So, as we can see on our screen, there is an ogre. So let's answer these questions and try to make a story and try to build a story while answering this picture itself. So, what is the ogre doing and why? So, as I can see here, ogre is having some tools in his hand, right? Maybe he's planting, yes, or maybe he's eating food because where we can see something like fork. Anything can possible. Okay. Next question. Why is there a light over the flowers? So, what do you think? Maybe you can say it's like a magical flower. Next question. Do you think the flower is shining or glowing? Yes, flower is shining. Do you think the flower is magical? Of course, and that's the reason it is glowing. Third question. What do you think is there in the pouches on the ogre's back strip? I hope you can see this. The back strip. Yes. Have a look. This back strip. So if I have to answer this, I think so. Ogre has something magical which he pours over the flower so that it can shine. Anything can possible, as I'm just guessing, right? I'm imagining. Okay. Next question. What are children doing in the dense forest? Can you see the children? So, what are they doing in the dense forest? I think they are trying to look what is this ogre doing in the forest. Am I right? Or it could be anything. I would like to know your answers as well. Next one. Do you think the ogre is friendly or hostile? Hostile. Do you know what's the meaning of it? It's the opposite of friendly. Hostile means the one who is unfriendly. So what do you think? By looking at the face of ogre, I think so ogre is friendly. Now what's going to happen next? Anything, right? We it may happen because see, I'm saying ogre is friendly. So I'm sure these kids have this would have decided to talk to the ogre and they might wanted to do a friendship, right? And that is gonna happen in the next after this, right? So did you notice while answering these questions, I have created a story, I built one story. So once upon a time, there was an ogre. He was growing some magical flowers. Those flowers were shining. He was having some magical water or magical drink inside those pouches, because of which that flower can grow and can be a magical flower. There were kids in the dense forest who were hiding behind the bushes or maybe behind the rock to look what this ogre is doing. But later on, they noticed that ogre is a friendly ogre, and that's why they met and they decided to become a friend. And that's how the stories ended. Yes. So this is how we create a story. All right. Let's proceed ahead. So this is one of our spoken English activity by which we will make you to build a story using a picture and just by answering few questions. Okay, let's go for our something more interesting activity. Can you see there's an island survival, something like this on your screen? Yes. So let's take an example. You are on a sinking boat and there is a desert island nearby. You can swim there, but you can take only one bag with you. So you have to choose any four item that will help you to survive on the island. All right. So can you see there are a lot of items on your screen? Yes? Okay, so let's select any four item which will help me to survive if I have to go on a deserted island. All right. So let's choose some random. Okay. So I'll choose one tent here because of course on island because you are going on a deserted island and we don't know what kind of animals are there. So why can't we have one tent? Okay. Next, maybe for a light we need lamp. Okay. I don't think so. We should take a sunscreen, so let's avoid it. Not even a toilet paper required. Okay, why not we take a first aid kit? Yes. So I'm taking lamp, first aid kit, and tent. What else? What else? Let's take knife to protect ourselves. So we have taken four items. So please remember it. We are going to see one more challenge, one more interesting challenge, and the challenge is here. Now I'm gonna roll the dice, and whatever the dice comes with, okay, whatever the dice comes with, you need, let's say it comes two, number two. So we will read the same challenge, okay, that will face on the island, and how we will have to speak, how we are going to survive on the island using the four items that we have chose just now. Are you ready to see that? Let's begin. Okay, so there are three dices and okay, I'm gonna choose dice number six. Let's see. So on sixth, it is written, the island is devoid of dangerous animals, but there is a very strong storm every 8 hours that destroy any structure and leave everything soaking. Can you imagine with the four things which I have chosen now, how can I survive on this island where there is a dangerous animals? Let me still guess and tell you. Maybe I can use lamp in the night if I have to go out and see what's happening. Okay. I can have a tent, but tent is not going to helpful because as you know, as it is being said, that leaves everything soak, right? So of course it's a very big storm, so we cannot survive like this. So what can be done in this case? I think the four items which I have chosen, the my choice was wrong because I would have chosen something related to inflatable raft, right? And then only I might survive on that deserted island because without this I cannot, right? Even if I try to stay there, that the storm that comes, after every 8 hours will destroy. Okay. This is again our spoken English challenge, which will help you to speak clearly and confidently with and using these prompt that we give it to you. And I'll call it like imprompt because do not give time to even think about it. All right. Let's proceed ahead to a most important part of our today's class, and that is literary genre. Have you ever heard about genre? Yes or no? Okay. Before I present my screen, I would like to explain you what is genre. So when I say literary genre, let's take an example. I am asking you what the kind of stories that you like to read. You may say, ma'am, I like stories where there are big mountains, greenery everywhere. Now, how will I understand what you are trying to say? Don't you think there should be some specific word which we have to use it to explain it? Yes. And that word is called as literary genre. Now, what is this literary genre? Literary genre, I'll just share my screen back. Have a look. Yeah. So I'm sharing it back. Is it visible to you? I think it's not. Allow me a couple of seconds. Yeah, it might be. Okay. So as we are here, we are talking about literary genre. So what are they? So what kind of stories that you like to read? So you might say, ma'am, I like scary, I like adventurous, I like magical, I like funny, or I like mysterious. What kind of stories do you like to read? So if I have to explain that I like stories where there is mountains and greenery, I might say I like adventurous stories. Correct? So describe what kind of stories we like. We usually use these words and they are called as literary genre. And it is most important for us to explain And we should know what are they. Otherwise, we'll be like, I like stories where there is a doll. And those kind of stories are called as fantasy one. Okay. So we should know these names. Let's proceed ahead. Now, what are these genre or what are literary genre? So they simply means the different types of literatures that we have, which includes fictional text, non-fictional text, and poetry. All right. What are fiction and what are non-fiction? Okay, let's take an example. I'm talking about something which is imagination, like I'm talking about some characters or created from the imaginations. We read or watch the material for fun. This is what it's a fiction, right? But on the other side, if I say that I read about William Shakespeare, right? Now, here I'm talking about something which is possible in the real life. But fiction is all about imagination, dreams, that imagination, that all comes under fiction. But non-fiction, when I'm talking about something which is actually possible, like biographies, autobiographies, that all comes under non-fiction. Okay, let's proceed ahead now. Okay, let's have a look on some of the literary genre that we have for our today's class. So first is realistic fiction. What is realistic fiction? A story which is made up but could happen in the real life. So it could happen in the real life. That's why we are calling it realistic fiction. Second one, historical fiction. A fiction of the story which portrays a certain time period, okay, or event in the past. When I'm talking about some history, that is historical fictions. Fantasy, as I said, unrealistic. Science fiction means you can say something related to science, correct? Technology. Mystery would be like suspenseful, the CID, that is mystery. Traditional literature means something which is related to traditions, something which is passed down from one group to another. Your parents says, our parents used to say this, our grandparents used to say this. Those are traditional ones. Biography, for example, when we are writing about true real life of that particular person. Autobiography, if I'm writing about myself, that is autobiography. Informational, when I'm giving information, that comes under information. Poetry, as we all know, where there are poems and all. Correct? So these are literary genre, which actually help us to make us understand, okay, I like such kind of stories. Those are literary genre. Okay? Okay, so I have two questions to ask to check your knowledge on guessing the genre. All right, are you ready? Let's get started. So we have to guess the genre by reading these short extracts. So when all clues are examined, it was obvious that the mayor had a motive and did not have an alibi. Now, just look at it. Okay, look at the extract now. When all clues are examined, don't you think we are talking about something where clues are there, some mystery is there? Yes. Let's have a look on the option. First option, non-fiction. Second option, mystery. Third option, fairy tale. Fourth, historical fiction. It couldn't be non-fiction. Of course, we are not talking about some real life. Mystery, yes. Fairy tale, of course, not possible. Historical, I'm not talking about any history. So the right answer is mystery. Good job. Okay, let's go for the next. As Miranda delivered fresh bandages of makeshift hospital following the Battle of Gettysburg, she knows that another Union attack would deplete the Confederate Army's medical supplies. Don't you think I'm talking about something serious? Yes, the battle, army. So, do you think it is a science fiction, fable, historical fiction, or realistic fiction? I would like to know the answer from you. Shall I tell you? Okay. So if you notice, I'm talking about battles which used to happen in the past. So it becomes a historical fiction. All right. Okay. Let's go for the last one now. And I want you to guess it. And I'm sure you can do that. Mark Twain's boyhood friendship in the South were the basis of his colorful characters, Huck Finn and Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain's boyhood friendship in the South on the basis of his colorful characters. Don't you think something related to biography and autobiography? Because biography means when someone is writing about you, but autobiography means when you are writing about yourself, right? Now, in this, if you will try to figure it out, you are saying his. With this his itself, you will get the answer. But I'm not going to disclose it. I want you to tell me the answer for this question. All right? So let's meet in the next class with some other topics. And that's it for today. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.